It is February in Colorado, and you don't need me to tell you it is cold. 0 degrees in Denver tonight. No degrees, not one. Today, Arctic air settled in along the Front Range in the eastern plains, and the best you're going to do in the metro area is single digits. Glad you're inside and warm tonight. I'm Kyle Clark.
And I'm Kim Christensen. Perfect weather for an outdoor game, don't you think?
Could not pay me enough. Could not pay me enough.
Nothing. 9 News reporter Colton Chavez is outside Dick's Sporting Goods Park, where the Colorado Rapids are playing soccer right now. Colton?
Playing soccer, is this not supposed to be a springtime sport? I don't understand. The Rapids game, it kicked off about an hour ago, and it has rapidly been getting colder since. And for all the fans that we talked to here tonight, some were prepared, others weren't. But one thing I can say is collectively, they were excited to be here.
I really thought the stadium was enclosed. I didn't know it was outside. I got roped into this.
It's our first ever Rapids game, but we're excited. We're having a good time.
We're prepared. She's the only sport she likes, so she's willing to brave it for this. She said anything else, she wouldn't be out here for it. So this is our second year with season tickets, so we're excited.
Again, first Rapids game, but we're excited. We're ready to watch some soccer. Go Rapids.
Now, snow continued to fall as all of those fans filled Dick's Sporting Goods Park here tonight. Now, we saw some fans wearing as little as a jacket, which in these temperatures is crazy, and others carrying everything from blankets to electric hand warmers. Now, most fans told us they plan to actually stay in those stands for the entire game despite the cold, but we did find one person who was keeping warm.
Right here. Best seat in the house is right here, but I don't get to see the game right here, so I'm missing out.
Now, if you're watching this report and you're wondering if the next Colorado Rapids game is going to be this cold, here's a little bit of good news for you. They do have some time to warm up. Their regular season home opener isn't until March 1st, right here on a Saturday. Hopefully by then it will be at least a few degrees warmer, right? Well, live outside Dick's Sporting Goods, Colton Chavez, 9 News.
What? Where are his gloves?
First thing we said, my hands hurt just looking at it.
Was there a lady pushing a stroller? Did you see that?
I don't want to judge. I don't know why anybody else, but I'm happy for the team.
What?
But I'm one of those people that would only go if I thought it really was inside.
You ever get hit with a soccer ball? You ever get hit with a soccer ball? You know how much that hurts? You know how much it would hurt when it's 0 degrees outside? Oh.
Everything about this hurts.
Yeah.
And it's only going to get colder as we are now 0, but wind chill values are like 15 to 20 below. So you got to be careful because frostbite can settle in about 30 minutes time if you're not very careful. So my goodness, it is a cold night in Denver. We now have a temperature of -2. That's out at the airport. That's the official observation site, but I'm sure downtown is pretty close to that. You factor in the wind chill 19 below, 26 below in Burlington, 15 below in Sterling and Scotts Bluff. This is, I think, the third Arctic outbreak. Extreme cold warnings remain in effect for eastern Colorado for wind chills that go to 25 and 30 below. So again, if it's too cold for you, it's too cold for your pets, and you need to be thinking about that tonight and tomorrow. Going for a forecast low of about -3. If we get that, awfully close. The record is -4, so this will be the coldest night and coldest start to the day tomorrow. We're still tracking snow on I-70. Some of the greatest impacts tonight, Rabbit Ears Pass and Berthoud Pass. Things will start to improve in terms of the snow and cold impact traveling over these higher passes as we move through the day on Wednesday. Snow bands crossing northeastern Colorado. I think most of that snow misses Denver tonight. You're actually going to get a little bit of clearing, and the sun's going to come up tomorrow. It really won't be about the snow overnight. It's going to be about the cold, but we start to claw out of the deep freeze after tomorrow, and you're going to love the numbers in the planning forecast, mid-60s, and for more than one day. I'll talk all about that coming up.
Conditions were clear after days of snow when a Delta plane carrying 80 people crash-landed at an airport in Toronto. That plane flipped upside down and slid down the runway.
80 people on board, all of them astonishingly survived. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch joins us after talking with a Coloradan on that flight.
Yeah, Peter Kukov flew from Denver to Minneapolis to Toronto yesterday. He was heading up north to film pro skiing content for a magazine, but his trip hasn't gone how he expected. When a plane starts to do this, no doubt passengers are scared sick. But Peter Kukov didn't feel that way.
Pretty crazy sight to see.
He says before the crash, there were no warnings that something was wrong.
No, there was nothing, no.
Or that the ceiling of the plane would become the floor.
People were definitely just like hanging upside down for a couple minutes before they like opened the doors and they were like, okay, everyone like start getting down.
Come on! Kukov says everyone was able to climb out safely, and just as importantly, quickly.
Because about 3 minutes after getting off the plane, there was an explosion on the plane.
He says he won't be scared off from flying, but he'll appreciate in the future when the landings are less exciting.
Definitely, it's going to be impossible to forget that moment, and I feel like every time I'm on a plane from here on out, there's no way when it's landing I'm not going to think about that.
Kukov says he doesn't have any of his baggage and his back is a bit sore. But all in all, he knows he's lucky to walk away as a survivor.
Grateful for the flight crew, grateful for the people on board. No one made it more difficult for anyone else to get off. Like, everyone got out how they needed to, you know, and thankful that, yeah, I'm not dead, I guess.
Kukov hopes to be reunited with his belongings soon because his passport is still on the plane. He says he did buy a one-way ticket and plan to stay for a couple weeks, so he won't need it soon, but he will eventually to come back home to Colorado. And yes, he plans to fly. Janelle Finch, 9 News.
One person has died after a fire at a historic home downtown Castle Rock. Fire rescue there says an officer driving by reported the fire at 4th and Lewis yesterday morning when the person was home at the time. They were taken to the hospital but didn't survive. Family cat also died in the fire. Castle Rock Fire says the home was built in the 1800s. It did not have working smoke detectors. The coroner has not yet released the name of the person who died.
A body found in Boulder Canyon is now confirmed to be a CU student who was last seen over a week ago. Today, the Boulder County Coroner's Office confirmed it was 18-year-old Megan Trussell. The Sheriff's Office says her body was found in a hard-to-reach area of Boulder Canyon on Saturday. She hadn't been seen since the night of February 9th. The coroner conducted an autopsy today. They have not released the results, but the Sheriff's Office says at this point they don't believe there is a threat to the community. The work to rename a street in honor of Kendrick Castillo is expected to be completed this week. Douglas County says crews are replacing the remaining overhead signs for the former Lucent Boulevard on C-470 to Kendrick Castillo Way. Kendrick was killed in the shooting at STEM School's Highlands Ranch 2019 when he lunged at one of the shooters. His community hailed him as a hero. The work to change street signs in his honor began late last year. It's scheduled to be finished Friday. If you're driving in the area this week, expect some overnight lane closures.
Closing arguments are set to begin tomorrow in the second trial of a former Clear Creek County Sheriff's deputy charged with the murder of Christian Glass. Andrew Bune shot and killed Glass after the 22-year-old called for help when his car got stuck in a boulder in 2022. He was having a mental health crisis that day. The defense rested their case today after 1 day of witness testimony. In Bune's first trial last year, a jury found him guilty of reckless endangerment but could not reach a verdict on second-degree murder and official misconduct. One of Denver Mayor Mike Johnson's biggest campaign promises was restoring downtown Denver. Now a group of business owners there want to hold him to it.
9 News reporter Rachel Krause joins us in Denver. And Rachel, they want city leaders to step in.
Yeah, Beth Ginsburg owns Trompeau Bakery. She says she and her staff run into issues almost every day, and they want the mayor to do something about it. She says he and his staff can stop by any time to see just how challenging this can be.
Enough of us speak up and as loud as we can be. I do think it's going to get better.
On a cold night in downtown Denver, people are out, but it's not packed. Beth Ginsburg owns Trompeau Bakery. She says having her shop on the 16th Street Mall can be good.
But I'm surprised, yeah, at how bad it can be on certain days. I'm disappointed. You know, it doesn't have to be this way.
Over the past year, construction has severely restricted traffic. Then an influx of migrants filled the area. And while tent cities are mostly gone, Ginsburg says the unhoused population hasn't left.
They have been very aggressive. We have I'm sorry to say, we have an open police report right now with somebody who's swiped at one of my staff. In Englewood, I mean, I've been there for 5.5 years. Maybe twice I've had to call the police. You know, here, I mean, 1 year, I can't even count how many times.
It's been tough, and not just for her. A number of downtown businesses sent a letter to Mayor Mike Johnston and city leaders asking for help and demanding change.
It shouldn't be this hard.
The Downtown Denver Partnership says they recognize the significant, undeniable challenges facing our restaurant community, from public safety concerns to regulatory hurdles. And they're working with the police, the city, and lawmakers to improve things downtown. But they say this represents a challenge that must be faced head-on. A spokesperson for the mayor says he's helped remove large tent encampments, increased police patrols, and is bringing more than $500 million in transformative investments, but acknowledges there's more work to be done.
That's why we voted on him. He said he had solutions. We need to just continue to get them enacted.
Ginsburg isn't giving up hope. If the city can improve safety, she believes people will come back downtown.
Something's got to give, and unfortunately, the business community has been giving and giving and giving, and we keep getting asked to give more.
But she says many businesses just can't wait.
It's our turn to get some help.
The mayor's office says they'll be meeting with a group of downtown business owners in the coming weeks to talk about solutions and next steps. Reporting live in Denver, Rachel Krause, 9 News.